So let's try and understand what's unfolding in J&K and what is the political repercussions of it. It's the election season ahead of the third phase. Tauseef Shah is joining me, senior leader of the PDP, because it was also Mehbooba Mufti that decided to call off the campaign. Also joining me, Brigadier Anil Gupta, security and strategic analyst. He's also associated with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's begin with you, Tauseef. Why would a J&K party, a J&K leader, decide to call off the campaign over something that is unfolding in the Middle East? What does it have to do with J&K?
Yeah, thank you, Pooja, for giving me time. Would first like to tell you that we are forgetting that our Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has already he has taken his stand on the Palestinian side. As you remember, when the attack started on 7th of October 2023, he stood with the Palestine and not with Israel. So now, what are we doing this discussion for if we see that this Hezbollah commander, Mr. Nasrallah, he was supporting the Palestinian? And then second thing, this is a solidarity. It's not that kind of thing. That land doesn't belong to us and we don't belong to them. We belong to India and India belongs to us. So now, let me clear on this point that this is, he was fighting. We have to go a bit back if you give me some time.
Sure.
I'll just like to say that when we have to see how did this Hezbollah become a party, a stronghold. This was in 1982 when Israel attacked the southern Lebanon. These are the Shiite Muslims, which are very less in numbers. They are not larger in the numbers in Lebanon. So this Hezbollah became a party, a contender, a leader, we can say, a party to save the save these Shiite Muslims. So whatever you have seen on the roads of Jammu and Kashmir, these are the Shiite Muslims, and they treat Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini as the supreme leader. Everywhere in wherever there's a Shia, you'll see that he treats Ayatollah Khomeini as his supreme leader. So now he is in support with the supreme leader. He's trying to save the supreme leader from Israel. So that's what this you can say that what you have seen the protest yesterday. That was all about. So,
but also
our leader Mehbooba Mufti.
Yes, go ahead. Finish your point.
Mufti has gone with the solidarity. She has shown the solidarity to the Shiite Muslims because Shiite Muslims are part of our fabric. They are the part of. They are a large number in J&K state. So this is something which you have to treat as a religious matter rather than making it a political matter. Now, once again, before closing, I'll come back to say that when our own Prime Minister has taken a stand with Palestine, and this Hezbollah leader was on the side of Palestine, so I don't think that we should try to do it, make it a political debate.
From what I gather, from what I remember, Prime Minister Modi in India has supported the two-state policy. It has maintained that it is against terrorism. It is with the people, whether in Israel or in Palestine. Now, my point is that it's not a statement simply that came from Mehbooba Mufti or from National Conference. It was a calling off campaign. And that many are wondering that with the kind of protest that we've seen on the ground in Kashmir, which has been relatively peaceful, what is the reason during the election season to take such an extreme step? Brigadier Gupta, you tell me. Is it simply a solidarity? Is this too much being read into it? You, in fact, in your statement have said, is PDP a party of Palestinians? Drama karne ka bahana chahiye bas. What do you mean by that?
You are right, Pooja. First of all, I'd like to pay my homage to the police martyr, Constable Rashid, who laid down his life and made supreme sacrifice near Kathua. Now, coming on to your point, you see, this Gupkari is what I call them, PDP, NC, and with earlier used to call them mainstream parties. They are scared. They are awestruck of the polling percentage, the enthusiasm of the people in the first two phases. They can't digest that they have been so peaceful and people have come in the open to vote. They somehow, this has come as I would say, God sent this death of the terrorist chief, Hezbollah terrorist chief, has come as a God-sent opportunity for them to create problems in Kashmir. That is what they want. They want to create problems.
What problems?
So that
Brigadier Gupta, what do you mean by creating problems in Kashmir?
Yes, and they are scared. They're scared of the defeat, which is, staring at them. They know that they're going to lose these elections. So they are not scared. They don't know how to face people. So they want to create, they're looking for the excuses. That is the problem. See what happens? He says it's solidarity. Where is solidarity when Uyghur Muslims are killed in Xinjiang? They don't raise any voice. When Shias are killed in Pakistan, they don't raise any voice. When Shias are killed in Gilgit-Baltistan, they don't raise any voice. When Hindus are killed in Bangladesh, they don't raise any voice. Where is the solidarity? It's a political opportunism and duplicitous politics of PDP. They're called off the campaign in Kashmir. But the 3 Hindu majority districts which are going to poll in phase 3, their campaigning is going on. What is it? It is drama. That is what I mean.
You're saying that the campaigning is on in Jammu region and it has been halted in the Kashmir Valley. Let's take that point to Tauseef. Tauseef, what I'm trying to understand is a head constable, Bashir Ahmed, killed in the line of duty fighting terrorists. There are targeted killings that have been of the Hindus in Kashmir. There are killings that have happened in Bangladesh. The point is to take up an issue that is happening about at least 4,000 kilometers, if I'm correct, away from where Kashmir is located, and then to literally have rallies, halt their campaign. Is this a vote bank issue? Is this trying to woo radicals? Because Nasrallah was no saint. There have been serious allegations against him of leading and ordering massacres and killings of innocent people. There's a reason there are some celebrations also are happening over the death. So this has been a war which is not ours. And yet Kashmir leaders are so strongly involved in it, Tauseef.
I'd first like to pay, as Mr. Brigadier said, we also would like, from my party, and we would like to pay the homage to our martyr, which has laid his life today in Kathua. So, Mr. Bashir Ahmed, as you rightly said, we are fully with his families, and we too share the grief. We too share the grief of him. Now, coming back to Brigadier Saab's question, that these are the crocodile tears. You have to see that this is only our party president, Mehbooba Mufti, has called up the campaign, not the whole PDP. All PDP is doing the campaign as they are doing. Our leaders are doing. This is like our Mehbooba Mufti said, that unless and until Article 370 is restored, I won't find the elections. So this doesn't mean that whole PDP is not going to find the elections. We are seeing that whole PDP is fighting the elections on all the 90 seats. So this is the stand which she has shown the solidarity as the party president. Now, second thing I'd like to say that this is 4,000 kilometers away. So we have to see that she has completed her Jammu campaign yesterday. Now today was the last day of the campaign. She had to campaign in the areas which are dominated by the Shiites. And you can see that the Shiites are mourning the death of Hezbollah leader. So, what do you feel this is not right, that we are showing solidarity to our people who are showing solidarity to the Hezbollah leader? And then second thing, we have to see that if we see through the prism of Israel state, then we can see him as a terrorist. If we see through the prism of Palestinian people, then he was their leader, I can say, because he was protecting them. He is trying to protect them. Have we not seen? We have seen rapes being done by the people on both the sides. We have seen small young children being killed on both sides of the war. This is war. Anything happens in war. But now we have to see who has killed how many children since last 60 years. You have the statistics. We have Google today. It's not something that we have to consult the books. We have to just type in 3 or 4 words. So you yourself come to know that now we have to see with whose prism we are seeing the situations. I'll again say that we don't belong to that land, neither does that land belong to us. Yes, they are Muslims. We have solidarity with the Muslims. Second, my Brigadier Saab, he just told me about the China, Pakistan and Bangladesh. We have been. You can also Google and you can see the YouTube videos of Mehbooba Mufti, speaking against the China doing atrocities on the Muslims, then our Shia brothers being killed in Pakistan, and then the Bangladeshi Hindus.
Okay, so Brigadier Gupta, then I get your point. The final point from you is, how do you think in many ways has this polarized both Jammu region and Kashmir Valley? Because till now it did appear the issues were for Jammu and Kashmir. You suddenly realize that the issues are as much global, at least when it comes to calling off campaigns. Both NC leaders and PDP leaders have done it. How do you think Jammu is going to view this? Third phase is coming up. Most of the Jammu districts are heading to elections in the third phase. Do you think that has an impact in Jammu as well? If the Kashmir leaders are catering to a certain group in the Kashmir Valley, how are the people in Jammu possibly are viewing this, where BJP has a stronghold?
Definitely, Pooja. Firstly, let me tell Mr. Tauseef that PDP is not contesting on all 90 seats. That is one. Secondly, this definitely is going to have an impact because it's the worst form of communal politics you can ever think of. And that too on the verge of a phase of elections where Hindu-dominated areas of Jammu are going into poll. So they are just trying to communalize the entire thing. So this is definitely going to have an impact. The people of Jammu are going to reject it outrightly. The people of Jammu rejected it. They will not accept such a thing. But what I'm trying to bring out is that, yes, he says it's Mehbooba's individual point or her feelings. That means Mehbooba Mufti supports terrorists. She is in support of terrorism. He says people have been killed. Who started the war? Who killed whom? Who's responsible for this? Had Hamas not taken that misadventure against the Israelis, this wouldn't have happened. That time they never raised their voice. They never condemned Hamas.
You know, clearly from what I can see, if it was already a high-stakes elections, because of these statements, calling off campaigns by NC, PDP, even if it is for a certain group, has definitely raised the stakes. Is this not just a J&K election, but as much perhaps looking at a global scenario? How are the people on the ground who have to cast their vote on the third phase will be looking at it? Thank you very much for now, Tauseef Shah and Brigadier Gupta, for your views as well.